Yo, what is good, y'all? It is ZenosSaki here, and today I want to teach you guys a little something. So, for all the Berserker mains out there, I just want to give out a basic guide for basic, just pressure for Berserker. And, you know, I decided, hey, I want to bring one of my homies, the King of Hearts. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm the King of Hearts, also known as Solinity. Around here, I'm I wouldn't say I'm the greatest, but I'm a pretty high level Berserker player, so I can at least show you the basics, and you can hopefully put these strategies into your playstyle, so that way you can go ahead and help you guys out. Climb those ranks and hopefully, you know, start trying to, you know, get good at the game. So we'll just start over from here. So for pressure in terms, your light hits twice, and it's really good. But we also have two states, but right now, we're just going to focus on non-Berserker state. So when you're not in frenzy, this move is really good. It has tons of range. You can use it to poke, and for example, in terms of neutral, like when you're in neutral in your guard and you're throwing out moves, now run at me, you can use that to just catch people off. It's really good for checking dashes, like it's really great, but you also have to be careful, because when you throw this out, if you have a character like Striker, for example, who has a slide low or anything like that, you can low profile under this in neutral and just pretty much go free. But that's for a different thing. We're focusing on pressure right now. So your lights, they always start your pressure, and when you really want to start gaming, once they got all of this in, you have to enter the frenzy state. And when you enter that, you can do it off of any single normal. You have different traps and spacing for it. So his guard just broke right here, but check this out. So when you have them expecting like that, that's your normal block string, but you can mix it up by, for example, and then you call in.
Oh my goodness.
That's a block string, for example, in itself right there.
And that's all real, correct?
So everything is all real until it comes up to the cancel, because your opponent has to react to you actually doing the cancel, but you have different spacing traps that you can do for it.
Oh, wow. For
example, if they get too comfortable with it, press your light button after I do this string. And since it's a spacing trap right there, that means that if they press a button or anything right there, they can actually get clipped through it. But you have to worry about jumps though. For example, I'm going to do that same string. You have a built-in anti-air button pretty much. So this is how that would look in this pressure. So you do have options. All it is for Berserker is you always want to just keep on the offense. Change up your timings and you'll be fine. So this is another thing that we're going to focus on. So you know how with Frenzy you also have use for conversion. Berserker is a character who can use that to his fullest extent. So once you get into this mode, all of your buttons hit twice, except your heavies. So normal, all of that works out. And what you can do for conversion, you can put that into your overheads as well too, because you can cancel out into pretty much anything. For this next example, I'm going to show you a different setup that you can do using conversion. So when you're in conversion, if you block, you can, for example, do that. And the way you would do that is, so you have this move right here, and you can do this and put yourself into the air to go ahead and get lights in. So for example, it's just like that. But what you can also do is this. You just have different options that you have with that. That's
actually pretty sick. Huh. You heard showing me things I didn't know about.
So for your pressure, well, we're gonna go ahead and talk about Oki really quick. This is gonna be a part of your pressure. This is a really good setup because whenever your opponent presses a button, it's going to automatically mash out. So it's going to stuff out their DPs if you actually just wait and time it for a bit, because this projectile hitbox stands out. So I'm going to show it one more time. it just automatically hits from the start. So this is what you want to do from then. Here's another option that you have. So go ahead and start blocking. You can put that as well in front of people and things like that as well too. For it depends on what's going on for certain characters, but when you use that move, it'll catch them pressing buttons in your strings. So what you can do, for example, is alright, so guard and then press a button after to do this. Like, see? That's what happens when it comes out. You use this with that spacing trap right there. So you see how he has a disjointed normal, so it goes through it. If you have characters like, for example, Striker or a Grappler, who actually use their hands for their normals because they have hurt boxes, they actually can't get hit by this. It's just it's pretty much just combo fodder, or just to make them scared, because you want to always change up your things. Now, another way in terms of opening people up with Berserker is sometimes you just really can't do anything. Like, block real quick. Like, crouch block. Like, see, everything you have pretty much is just mids. But you see the guard bar, you can take advantage for that. So if someone gets too comfortable in defense, it adds up, and it gives you enough time to get your MP back as well too. So I'm gonna get my health back really quickly. So check this out. Alright, so I'm gonna let his guard bar fill out completely, and this is going to be a compilation of everything that we went through so far. So you're in Berserker state. See that? You broke his guard already. But you have to be very careful when you break people's guards like that though. Because all of that block stream, most of it is real, but your opponent still has options as well too out of it though. So when I do this, I'm gonna need you to guard cancel, alright?
Alright.
That's your weakness in terms of that. But what you can also do is you can bait out guard cancels. Alright, so this is what you can do. Guard cancel the second hit. You can use that to bait people out with guard cancel, so that way they're not trying to be, too aggressive. So whenever you get a feeling for it, get all of that damage just off of that alone. But like I said, you have to be careful because, well, like I was saying before, your opponent you can guard cancel out of your buttons, but at least when that comes up, they always have to have 100 meter. So we're talking about frame traps right now. Since you're Berserker, your character has good range, normal, get into frenzy state, and you see how everything hits twice. This is good because since your normal hits twice, it allows you to buy time to retrieve your MP, so when you cancel out from different moves. So check this out. You see how your MP is right here like that? So when you go in, you pop Berserker state, and you see how my MP is coming back over time. This allows you so you can keep doing your repression. And here's how that'll work as well too. So let's just say that we're fighting right now. So you want to mainly use like delayed strings to open up your opponent, since you don't have much other than like lows, unless you want to use your health and conversion. But we're focusing on frame traps right now. So go ahead and master the light really quick whenever you can. You see how you got counter hit? That's because that's what allows for Berserker to do a lot of things. So for example, you can really delay, for example. So that hit him right there because that one was delayed. This is a natural delay in itself. And if they get used to that, so after that, yeah, master jab after you see that move. Well, hold on, so block this move and then go for it. You have a lot of options for covering grounds like that. Now, lastly, for plus on block more on normals, let's just say you're in normal right here. have several different methods of getting into it. The only way where it's actually straight up plus and it's still going to be your turn is if you cancel it off of your heavy slash, which will be this. So block real quick. If I do this, it's still my turn. Alright, and I think that's pretty much about it in terms of for what I showed you. We've showed you the setup, the combos that you can do afterwards, and the conversion setups for how you can get overhead loads.